full of tiki. Yeah, hello, Chewy here in the Laney College welding shop again, and ready for another installment of robotry. I've been thinking a lot about the Flail bot, the next robot for RoboCup, the Combots Kup number 6, and again I was falling to the trap of trying to make it a little bit too competitive and straying further from the Artbot, Showbot roots. So the new plan is to make it much less competitive, much more simple, and not reuse the mini fridge base. I think I'll probably stick the tracks back on it because it did look frickin' awesome with the tracks, and have a little tank running around here. Maybe we'll put the mini fridge on top and fill it with beer or beverages, and yeah, have it at the event. Well, we'll see what happens. But anyway, on to the project for the day. Wheelchair gearbox off of eBay. It's a 18-to-1 reduction. Found that out the hard way by spinning that around a lot. The plan is to take this motor, the APAC. The plan is to put this on this. And the math says that'll get me about 10 miles an hour, 10 to 12 with a 10-inch wheel. I think it's 10 miles an hour. So that's the prototype I came up with. Used a piece of polycarb as a spacer. And there's a bit of a gap in there because I didn't have the right tool to modify the shaft at the time. Brought my Dremel in now, so thinking about recreating this in aluminum now that I see it works. It works pretty well. We put it on this carpet dolly with just a scrap of steel and some screws. Look at the pulse. Ooh, that goes. That goes. Let's take a look at the setup real quick. Gearbox, APAC motor, nickel metal hydride battery. Is it warm? It's getting a little warm. Perfect. And a big smile. Take a bow. Working on that as the possible gear motor for the heavyweight. It's probably sized about right for middleweight, really. But we'll see. We'll see. Get a pair of them, put them on the dolly, and load it down with like 200 pounds and see how it accelerates and performs. And I think it's a winner. So here's plate number 2. There's plate number 1. Here's plate number 2. Some counterboard holes, some location drilled holes, and that's going to replace that piece of polycarbonate. So prototype 1, plastic. Prototype 2, aluminum. Smoother this time. That's the difference between having a mill and having a drill press. You need stuff to line up. A mill is indispensable. On over. So I'll just tighten those down. Plate. Now on to shaft modifications. See, that's the one I do with the hacksaw and screwdriver. The Dremel's actually not that much different. It's pretty hacky, but grinding's always more precise. Blah 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 blah. motor, adapter plate, gearbox, and foam-filled wheelchair wheel, and it is a grand total of 19.5 pounds. Woohoo! Just for comparison's sake, here's a untrimmed T64 with the NPC flat-free tire, and that comes in at 18 pounds. Okay, so I got the two motors mounted on test bed for, I don't know what, heavyweight, middleweight, we'll see. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Soon it'll be running. So, have Futaba with short antenna. And this is what it looks like, all buttoned up, ready to go. It's got two wheels. I have a RS160D on there, and a pair of old school nickel metal hydride battery pack. That speed runner. Might make a decent middleweight drivetrain, something for a weapon robot, about like an NPC in terms of weight. I gotta say, the low speed control of the RS160D is pretty good. Not quite as crisp as the Robotech, but the mixing built into it is much better. Especially with full speed runs, you can really tell the difference. Oops, that's a battery pack.